Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Dairoku. And we are continuing the common route to get to Akuro's route. So, we, like the last part, technically started at the map section, and also started and ended at the map section, and we're gonna start, at least in the map section here now, too, anyway, so you know what I'm at. Well, yada yada, words, things. Okay. Yes. Are we still in chapter 3? Are we in chapter 2 still? We're in chapter 2 still. Yeah. Childish prank.
Oh, hey, Ayakashimori!
I stopped by the reception room in Makatsui where several children huddled around me. What's the matter?
Hey, so let's eat, bento together?
Bento? Oh, you mean bento? Bento? Oh, bento. Yeah, Ayakashi normally have no need to consume food, although the kids enjoy eating snacks just like the Oni enjoy drinking sake. Drinking sake. Why is it drinking? I don't know. Maybe there was some kind of scene of people eating bento in a manga or anime they saw. It wasn't uncommon for Ayakashi who had learned of customs of the real world to imitate them. I imagine that was the case happening here today. Maybe after I'm done with my work. I'm about to go on break after this.
Break! We'll be waiting!
All right, thanks. After watching the children skip off, I noticed Akuro coming up toward me. Good day. I came to see how things were here. Good day. There have been no particular issues. You seem to be talking with the kids. Were they bothering you at all? No, it's fine. They just invited me to have my lunch break with them. I see. And they are fond of you, so nothing will happen. But they do enjoy pulling pranks, so do be careful. Thank you. I will. Please use this space for your break later. I can come right away if you need anything. I know he was just cautious of any pranks, but for some reason my cheeks got hot. Thank you. Now then, I'll be doing some cleaning in the back. And please feel free to call me anytime. I cannot read today. All right. Thanks so much for everything. I watch Akuro return to the back of the room. They're staring at me so much. Aren't you all bored of just watching me eat?
No, not at all. Hey, so after you eat your bento, you should take an afternoon nap.
Huh? You're like, oh my god. You're gonna put my hand in a bowl of water so I pee myself, aren't you, you bastards? What's shit that people do at slumber parties? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll be sure to wake you up.
Her face is also like, They're definitely plotting something. Though I still had some work ahead of me that would be much easier if I took a short nap now. Besides, Akuro would stop them if they tried it. They're plotting something. It'll be fine. Narrator, but it will not be fine. Then I guess I'll do that. I was a bit uneasy, but it was true I was tired, so with no reason to turn them down, I decided to take them up on their offer. Oh, good lord. 3 days later. Sammy's like, excuse me, you were supposed to come back to work at 1, and it's Thursday. No. I wake up to the sound of the alarm on my phone going off 10 minutes before my break was over. I look around to see the kids who were around right before I fell asleep, now gone. Of course, they're gone. They're like, ha ha, she'll fall asleep and get in trouble. They drew a mustache on me, didn't they? God, that'd be funny as fuck. Good thing I set an alarm. My clothes aren't dirty, and nothing I have on me is broken, right? I check around myself just in case to see if anything had changed. On a particular part of my hair I brushed over, I found several somethings stuck into it. Wait, what? Oh, what? What's on me right now? I pull out my compact mirror in a panic. What? Ribbons? Fearing the terrible prank pulled on me, I calmed down at how harmlessly adorable it was. They're like, ha ha ha, let's style her hair! I thought it was some sort of trash, but the children wouldn't do something that terrible. But I can't go on my rounds like this. Why not? If someone's like, why are you... I was playing with the children! Listen, Felicia! Don't be a bitch. Placing my mirror in my lap, I tried feeling around the ribbons to get them off. break's over in 8 minutes. I have to hurry. However, I had to carefully remove them or they'd tangle in my hair. But there were so many, I didn't think I'd make it in time. Are you alright, Spacey? I want to see Akuro helping me take ribbons out of my hair. Please, I need a CG. I turn around to the voice addressing me to see Akuro standing there, and he's like, trying not to laugh. So you did end up being toyed with, and they were sleeping quietly around you when I came to check on you all. They were pretending, I'd guess. They look like children, but they're Ayakashi. I smile awkwardly, thinking of how skilled they are in deceiving others. That's quite the prank they pulled on you. You're like, yeah, but it's harmless and kind of cute, so... They're really complicated knots, and I have to get back to my patrol soon. You're like, would you mind just walking behind me as I'm patrolling and taking these out? As I tried to take them off one by one as I spoke, Akuro's finger brushed along the base of my ear and effortlessly undid a ribbon. Huh? Allow me to help. It seems it may take time to do this alone. Sorry, thank you. Yes, touch my hair. I love it. I'll take off the ones behind you, so please take off the ones where you can see them. Right. I turned my back toward Akuro as he suggested. I want a CG of this, goddammit. Oh, thank you. God, yes. This is exactly what I want. Oh my god, why can't you go on patrol like that? You look adorable. You look a little wackadoodle, but kind of cute. I'm going to do my hair like this tomorrow. I am going to just put a bunch of fucking random shit in my hair. Why? Listen, I was inspired. It looks cute, though. I mean, it's a little crazy, but it's like in a cute way. Why can't you go to work like this? Your job is boring. But Akuro looks adorably happy. Kind of cross-eyed, but like adorably happy. Playing with your hair to get the little bows out, and I love it. It looks like he's putting them in, and I just want to imagine he's putting them in. And she's like, this is odd that you wanted to put bows in my hair, but like, I'm cool with it. I want a man who's going to be like, can I just braid your hair for funsies? Yes, please do. Brush it a lot. Akuro continues, quietly taking off the ribbons. Ugh, I love this one. His hands are so gentle, and he's making the effort to be so careful with touching me. He raises up each tuft of hair, undoing the ribbon so it wouldn't tangle, and gently pats back down the hair with the large palm of his hand. It was fairly easy for the ribbons to tangle, which made me realize even more so how gentle Akuro was handling me. I feel like the last time my hair's been touched like this was at a salon, or maybe as a kid. Here I go, thinking about these things again. It was only the other day that I felt like a small child again, picked up so easily by Akuro. Maybe I think that because Akuro is always so supportive. Huh. I suddenly realized that the way Akuro's hands moved to take off the ribbons had changed. Am I imagining it? It feels like I'm being petted. Akuro? Oh, I'm sorry. I addressed him, and Akuro's hand that was sliding over my hair stopped. He was petting me. I'm totally fine with that. You had your eyes closed as if you were a cat, so I simply continued. Totally fine with this. What? A cat? I'm not a cat! We're Mona from fucking Persona 5 right now. Cat? I'm not a cat! Yes, you are! Yeah, a cat? Can we just talk about the difference? Because now I just glanced over and I see Teddy staring at me. My little Teddy Nendroid, right? Fucking Mona. I'm not a cat! And Teddy, Persona! It's just fucking everything about him is just bear shit. Mona, not a cat! You're absolutely a cat! Anyway. A cat? Me? Yes, you seemed like you were enjoying it. I wondered if you would start purring if I continued. I'm not. God damn, Akuro, that. Okay. I don't need to say it. You. Let's just pop back over here, pretend that nothing happened, and. Okay. I would not! Maybe I would. I bet you could make me. I said it anyway. I mean, God, sometimes you can't put lines like that in without inappropriate things. There's a dirty, dirty whore in my head. I think these games made me this way. I don't know. I felt Akuro was having serious expectations about this and shook my head in a panic. It's so embarrassing enough getting head pats from him. Any more would be too much. Girl, stop and enjoy it. I knew that Akuro didn't intend anything by it, but even so, I didn't think it'd be acceptable to show an embarrassing part of myself. I really wish that her little sprite thing, when it popped up after the ribbons were in her hair, just like the ribbons in her hair. And it's like, I gotta go. I still have some ribbons in my hair. It'll be fine. And then she just goes on patrol, and then her sprite just has the goofy little ribbons in her hair for a while. I just be fucking hilarious. That's unfortunate. You did seem like a cat. Oh, this is going to be kinky later, isn't it? I can't tell if he's joking or actually being serious. I have to get back to work soon. Thank you very much. I get up in a panic and bow to Akuro, who is sitting down on his knees. Wait, I was able to get all the ones on the back of your hair off, but you still have a few in front still remaining. You have a few in front still remaining. Sorry, I read that wrong. That was not Tim's fault. It's fine. I'll manage the rest on my own, so please excuse me. See this? I really wish she just ran out with a couple random ribbons on her sprite. It would have been funny. Completely forgetting to act calm, I ran off as quickly as I could out of the room. Ugh, jeez. Akuro really is kind and caring and adorable, and he petted me, and I loved it, and I really did want to purr for him. Not gonna lie. Yet I felt like he was mischievous, too. Another mischievous Ayakashi. Well, they're mischievous because they like you. They're like, Hira and Takao. Okay, we've already seen this one, so we can skip this. Hi, Hira. Hi, Takao. Under the Fujizakura. Oh, right, this is the scene. Okay, right. And there's shit going down by the river. And we're like, I have to go! And Hira's like, God, useless. I mean, I like all the characters in this, to be honest. Well, except for the asshole who tried to, all the assholes that don't have freaking sprites, obviously. Like, the ones with sprites, are the ones that matter. But, like, even the side characters are a lot of fun. Let's see. I'm assuming we go... Hold on. Chapter 3. Oh, we're in Chapter 3 now. Yes, Firefly Garden with Akuro. Ooh! Have we ever been to the Firefly Garden? I don't know if we have. Maybe, like, at the end of Shiratsuki's route, but... Because I feel like I've seen this background, but it was a long time ago. Wow, it's always so pretty here. After finishing my patrol in Makatsui, I arrived at the Firefly Garden. With this whimsical feel around it, the area was quieter than that around town or Azuchi Castle, so I normally just take a brief look around. I really like looking around this garden. Just then I heard a quiet groaning from someone. Huh? Is someone there? I called out with no answer coming back and no one showing themselves. Could this be a test of courage for newbies? That suspicion rose within me, but it seemed that wasn't the case. It's Akuro. Interesting. I was wondering when, I'm like, we came here to see him. Is it going to be him or he's going to show up and it's somebody else? Sorry, I just sneezed. I saw Akuro lying down, illuminated by the fireflies, glowing dimmer and brighter. But why? Wondering what could have happened, I rushed over to him and, is he drunk? No, don't come near. Huh? After gesturing as if to bat something away, he turns to the other direction. Was he speaking to me? I couldn't imagine that was the case, but there wasn't anyone other than me here. Just after he said not to come near him, I could hear a quiet breathing. Akuro? Is he asleep? I approach carefully and kneel down next to him. I peek over at his face to see Akuro, closing his eyes tightly and furrowing his brow. He's asleep, but is he having a nightmare? It was hard to make out in the dark, but looking carefully, it seemed like he was sweating a lot. He may have been having a bad dream. Could you imagine he's just like, I'm just going to take a nap here, and now he's having a fucking nightmare? And that's what it was? No. I'm curious. I mean, like, you could be groaning in your sleep, and then, no, don't come near me. So he's talking in his sleep. It was just convenient. I wonder if I should wake him up. I hesitated to do so, thinking how Akuro may not want anyone to see him the way he was right now. If I woke him, he'd realize that I found him here having a nightmare. He wouldn't want that, right? It would have been more loud than like... Again, right in front of me, Akuro's expression twisted in pain. No. No. Stop, please. No. I can't bear to watch. Akuro! Unable to stand it anymore, I grab his shoulders and shake him. I then address him in a cheery voice as best I could. Akuro, please, wake up! If you sleep here, the children will pull pranks on you and... I won't forgive them. I'll destroy all humans. My arms were shoved off in an instant, and his hard fingers dug into my wrist. Destroy all humans. Well, this is problematic, isn't it? Not given any chance to break away, he puts his weight on me, and I fall backward. Oh, hi. Oh, he looks so angry and crazed, but like, hi, hello. I mean, look, you're a nice big marshmallow, but everybody's got to have one of those, like, moments where, oh, you're pinning me down to the ground? Oh, I should be so upset, but, like, slightly turned on. Scared, because you might kill me, but also I know that you won't, because, like, whatever, but, like, she would, but, like, hi, hello. While feeling the sensation of the chilly floor against my back, I look up to see Akuro's unfocused eyes. His eyes are so dark. I felt I might give in to the fear of being eaten alive from this apparent thirst for blood. His eyes do not look like olives right now. They look like normal eyes, in this case. We're wondering. Shaking in fear, I desperately call out to him. Akuro! Akuro! I push back at his chest over and over again. Huh? My eyes finally meet Akuro's. He seemed to be looking at me, but not quite seeing me. What are you doing here? What are you doing on top of me? Akuro quickly backed away from me and fell silent, biting his lip. Yeah, he's like, what are you doing here? Yeah, that's a real good deflection on why you have me pinned to the ground aggressively. However, after returning to his usual quiet expression, he offers me his hand to help me up. Now he's like nervous sweating, huh? Yeah. I apologize. I must have been having a dream. As he spoke, Akuro's finger gently brushed against my wrist. I did this, didn't I? This scratch. Does it hurt? I'm fine. A scratch this small is nothing. The fact that you broke... The scratch is nothing. My bone sticking out of it, on the other hand, because you broke my wrist, is something. I answered him as cheerfully as I could so Akuro wouldn't worry about it, but that seemed to have the opposite effect. Akuro quieted. The silence was so powerful that it was suffocating, spreading throughout the Firefly garden. You're like, I'm trying to be cheerful about it, and then he's like, oh. You're like, but if I was like, oh, don't touch me, that would have been just as bad. I mean, what do you want from me here? I don't know how to react like this. Ask him if he hates human. Ask him what happened is probably the right one, but like, I kind of want to ask him. Yeah. Concerned by his sleep talking, I asked my question, breaking the silence. Did something happen in the past? Akuro didn't answer my question. Maybe I shouldn't have asked. As I regretted what I just did, Akuro spoke. Yes, long ago. If only one could just forget the past. Akuro, I mean, for you, you probably should, because, like, a human being, it's like, don't hold grudges, let go of the past. It's only been 5 years! Even if it's been 20 or 30, like, that's relatively, like, recent to, like, Ayakashi. It was 3,000 years ago! Okay, I'm gonna say that maybe you should get over it now. Like, it's been 84 years! Maybe now's the time to let it go. On your deathbed. Until then, you're fine. But, like, for an Ayakashi, hundreds, thousands of years, I'm just saying, kind of feel like You're gonna be alive forever? You should let it go. Like, humans have limited lifespans, so it's okay if we hold grudges, is what I'm saying. Like, in the scheme of the universe, we're just here for a snap. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. Akuro couldn't say anything back to his strained remark. I'm sorry, and I guess I'm still in a daze. Forgive me, I should return to Izuchi Castle. After Akuro's remarks, he bowed his head to me once again and left. But it's funny, he hates humans, I'll destroy them all, and then you're like, I thought we were getting along. Maybe it's better if you think, on the second, what's funny about the cat? I am a cat, don't tell anyone. Shh. Akuro was smiling just now, but it was a forced smile, wasn't it? His face wasn't normally expressive, so it was even more apparent. I wondered what sort of past he was trying to work through with that forced smile of his. One where he hates humans. And he wants to destroy us all. I'm just saying. No, I shouldn't pry into it any further. Yeah. That's the thing that Akuro would want me to do most out of anything, I think. That's the thing Akuro would want me to do most out of anything. Not pry? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but it's weirdly phrased. Like, I shouldn't pry. Akuro wouldn't want me to pry. Right. Akuro would want me to do that. Not pry. Making my decision, I placed my hand over my wrist, still feeling the touch of Akuro's fingers. The memory of what happened was still so raw, even as the red scratches along my wrist began to fade away. She's like, I'm scared. But also, I miss his touch, even though he grabbed me and threw me down. Event approval! And now that's right, we're like, what are you doing? He's like, nothing! As he flips over a file on us. Oh. See? We're chapter 3, summoned. We have a phone then, and he has phones, so why do we need emails? Anyway. Hello, it's Akuro. I'm, in a bind. His voice was not one I would have expected. You're in a bind? I'm sorry, Spacey. Could you lend me a hand? Oh, right. This. I forgot. I was like, wait. I'm like, obviously, Akuro's never the one that calls us. Like, this is a... I wonder if we go alone. One of them, like, I wonder which one. Go alone or this is a little suspicious. One is Samey and one is Shu, obviously, but I forgot about this. Honestly, I didn't know how to choose. But the most dependable one might be... Akuro, will you come with me?
Oh, what? You should have picked me.
Shut up. You told her to choose.
Fine. Akuro's reliable. A fine choice.
Exactly. I'm going home. Hirta flew off just like that.
I suppose I'll return to Kikutsune as well.
Shiro, you can travel with us part of the way. When we're going to the Fujizakura tree in Kikutsune. It was on Shiratsuki's way, so the three of us got in an oboroguruma together. I'm sorry to get you involved. You sure are funny. We're the ones who involved you. I'm happy to accompany you. Thank you. We parted ways upon landing. Shiratsuki headed to Takamonomiya. Man. Well, Akuro and I headed elsewhere. Takamonomiya. But I was like, Takanomo. No, it's Takamono, but I couldn't. My brain. This is it. Indeed. By the way, Spacey, do scary stories frighten you? Huh? Well, actually, I think I have a pretty thick skin when it comes to that stuff. I've seen a lot of spooky stuff as a kid, so I'm used to them. I see. What if you were in the dark and something very cold touched your face? I can't say I'd enjoy it. I don't think I'd be scared, though. I see. Why is Akuro talking about this? As I continued to wonder what was happening, Akuro's brows furrowed and he nonchalantly pointed toward the thicket of Fujizakura trees. She's here! She's here! She's here! Shh! Shuten, she'll hear you. Seriously? I squinted my eyes and saw an overly excited Shuten alongside Ibaragi reprimanding him. A little past them were a bunch of Kitsune kids huddled together with Tsukumogami. Yeah. Akuro, what's going on? Akuro began to bow down to me in apology after I whispered my question. I'm so sorry. The 7 mysteries are a lie. I see. I guess I'm glad there's no real incident. When I was listening to their stories earlier, something did seem off about them. I feel relieved that the stories weren't true, but I'm sure Akuro feels burdened by this. So, this is like a haunted house, right? I can pretend to be afraid if we go in. Would that be okay? I feel like the kids were excited for this, and I didn't want to let them down. Are you sure? Of course. Don't worry about it. Let's go. I turned toward the Fujizakura tree and spoke in a loud voice so they could hear me. Where's the monster of the 7 mysteries? Come out wherever you are! Boo! Ah! Oh no! I'm sure she would act better, but I just feel like if I'm going to be fake acting, I should be really bad at it, so. Is this convincing enough? I was worried that I might be overdoing it, but Shuten and Ibaragi, who were holding a fake skeleton, seemed very pleased. I've always wanted to do something like this. I've seen haunted houses in an anime before. Shh, don't tell her. It's a prank. If she finds out now, the rest will be ruined. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Help me! I continued acting scared, and I ran off into the woods. Ooh, a teapot. A teapot! Oh. Ah! Yeah, I'm a ghost! No! My throat is so sore. I think this is the first time that I've ever screamed so loud. It's just his sprite. Bwahaha! It is I, the Demon King of the sixth realm, Nobunaga Oda. You better fear me, Ayakashimori. Yikes! It's just his popping. Bwahaha! It is I, admitting who he fucking actually was in the human realm, and then she's like, yikes. Jinkies! For some reason, Hajun's even introducing himself. He placed some cold cognac on my nape. What? Or that's not cognac. Cognac starts with a C. What's cognac? What is that? Wait, what? Anyway, not sure whatever it was is necessary for his bit, but it seems like he's having fun. Is it like some kind of like, I don't know. Fear me! I'm scary! Crumble to your feet! He kept putting the whatever on me over and over, and for some reason him telling me to be afraid was starting to become pretty hilarious. You know, the human world's idea of a haunted house like this is quite different. This is honestly kind of adorable. Hajun, and you're dealing with a lady. Stop it. Hey, Akuro, don't spoil it! I'm not Hajun! I'm Nobunaga, Demon King of the 6th Realm! You're simply using another nickname. Would you rather me call you Kiposhi? Kiposhi? Yeah. Or Saburo? Or maybe... Hutsuke? Ohutsuke? Scabe. What is that? Ohutsuke? Well, I don't know. I can't with the... Anyway. Would be fitting as well. I don't know what that means. Anyway. Akuro! The veins on his forehead looked intense. Oh, he's supposed to be mad. I figured he was just throwing a fit. Akuro knew what was coming, so we both backed away as the other Ayakashi gathered.
Did we scare you?
You were totally scared, Spacey. Our haunted house was a success. Ayakashi came one after the other, all asking for my opinion. Yes, I was very scared. You guys did a great job. I felt like if I talked anymore, they'd know I was lying, so I looked to Akuro for assistance. All right, let's wrap it up here, everybody. She was very scared and must be quite tired, and we'll let her return home now. Fear not! I'll pay you back later for tonight's performance. That was fun! Let's do it again, Spacey! I'm glad they had fun. If I hadn't chosen Akuro as my partner, I wouldn't have understood what was happening and might have disappointed everyone. Thank you, Akuro. You truly are a kind person. I'm the one that needs to thank you. Oh, hardly. That was fun. It's not every day I get to scream and run around like that. I'm certainly glad to hear it. Not that I want to on a daily basis, but you know. I realized I still had to complete my patrol. It's kind of like when you go to a haunted house, you're like, like, you're hyped up, you're like, okay, they're gonna jump out, and you're like, and they jump out, and you're like, ah! Even though you know they're gonna, like, it's actually more fun to do, like, haunted woods kind of things, where you, like, walk through, because, like, the best way, I always have so much fun on those, because, like, there's people do, like, jump out, and you're like, oh, Jesus, like, jump scares, but my favorite are the people who are trying to act, like, spooky, like, hey, and then you're like, oh my god, let's be friends. They hate me. I don't know if they love people like me or they're like, god damn it, you're ruining it. Like, you're like, like the people who follow you trying to freak you out. Like, yeah, no. Like, I realized I still had to complete my patrol. I did report my investigation here to the office, but I still have to finish my route. I've got to finish my rounds now, so I'll see ya. Goodbye. Wait. Huh? Akuro took my hand, stopping me in my tracks. That alone was surprising enough. What's foo? His breath tickled my ears, and I jumped away instantly. Akuro? I was caught completely off guard, and the only thing I could say was his name. What was he doing? Did he, like, kiss my cheek or some shit? That's worse on my heart than the prank! I was the only one who hadn't scared you. I wanted to give it a try. And that was more of a surprise than a scare, though. This haunted house thing is hard. That's not the issue here. Akuro's breath grazed my ear in a way that turned my cheeks bright red. I was like, that turned me on. I was just like, oh! Sexy. Well, goodbye! That was really all I could say. I ran. You can be so oblivious, so blind. Ibaraki muttered something that I could wholeheartedly agree with as I took off. The following day, during my patrol, hey, we've decided on the event details, so I've come to talk to you about it. I came to Azuchi Castle in Makatsui to announce the event we were planning in secret. Hey, wait. Yeah, no, okay. Ha ha ha! I've won yet again! That's amazing! You're amazing, boss! I feel like whenever you roll the die, it only ever lands on 5 or 6. That's your demonic power. How could I claim to be the Devil King if I can't even control luck like this? But it would also be boring if I was able to achieve victory every time. Hajun, Shuten, and Ibaraki were chatting and didn't notice me calling to them. Stop! You can call nice. You do not make that noise. You stop it right now. Bad. Here we go again. He's been quiet this whole fucking time, and he just started with that disgusting screaming noise. You can talk nice, and you need to learn to fly up here if you want to see me. You talk nice, you do not make that motherfucking noise, because I hate it. It doesn't really bother me anymore, because they're like this every time. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, wow, he's been quiet for a long time, and then all of a sudden, not even like chirping and everything, just like straight to that god-awful scream. And I know me telling him to shut the fuck up is like, then he's like, oh, I can make that noise, and but it's like, oh, I'm trying so hard to ignore it, but it's like a trigger. Like a trigger where I just want to choke him. I would never hurt him. Like, but you're like, I just want to choke. My brain is like, stop it. Like, I hate it. But like, doing it, like, yelling at him and telling him to shut the fuck up isn't helping, because then he just thinks that, oh, I get attention when I do that, and it's like, oh, I need to stop. Anyway. It does really bother me. Anyway, it doesn't really bother me anymore because they're like this every time. They get so into their entertainment that they shut out everything else. It's best that I just force my way into their conversation. Okay. Wow, this is a rare sight. So you guys are playing Sugoroku instead of gaming? No, Sugoroku. This isn't Sugoroku. This is Viva Happy Life. Viva... Shh. Oh, Shinotsky lent it to us. We're hooked. I think you've seen it before. I think it's called a board game. You don't even need electricity to play it. I'm not too familiar with this stuff. Girl, get the fuck out. I'd be like, shit, sit down! I'll bring the best ones. What a waste. Shiratsky's more aware of the real world than you are. He's got me there. Whereas I might skim a fashion magazine once in a while, Shiratsky reads tons of them every month. He's clearly a trendy guy. But you guys keep coming up with all sorts of interesting things to do, huh? We still have a lot of games on our board games, too. Now you add board games and a good time, and we no longer have time to sleep. Man. They're like, you guys come up with interesting things to do, because we're very bored. People are very, very boring. That's why we have board games and video games and TV. We have to keep ourselves entertained because life is boring. Or very stressful. We made it that way. So we have to have something fun to do so we don't remember how fucking awful our goddamn lives are. Okay? And that we're all gonna die soon. And they're like, what? Yeah, I mean, it's a whole existential crisis thing that we've been having for like eternities. It's just inbred in us. Anyway, he was in a good mood. He laughed and grabbed 3 human-shaped pawns and put them back in their starting positions. What business do you have today, Ayakashimori? I didn't expect Hajun to ask first. I was thrown off and handed him the documents I'd brought. So we finally decided on the day of the event and what it involves based on everyone's feedback. I've come to talk to you about it. It'll be a sports day. Each sector will compete and the winners get prizes. We're also going to have an auction as a show. I don't want it. What? He simply denied it. What do you mean you don't want it? Don't you want to win a prize? The whole reason I got this budget approved was because Shuten and Ibaragi wanted prizes. Why was he saying this? I'd rather go to the real world than this event. The real world? Yes. I can't be left behind. I need to obtain a board game Shiratsky's never seen and blow him right out of the water. You're kidding. I never would have imagined that Hajun would flat out deny the event. But what if I had a board game as the prize? We haven't decided on specifics, so I can find one for you. You don't get it, do you? It's pointless. I have to be the one who chooses it. I get what he's saying, but this was so unexpected that I panicked somewhat in my attempt to persuade him. Luckily, Hajun didn't seem angry, but I don't think he'll budge easily. But I'm doing this so people can release their energy a bit and let off some stress so that the other sectors Ayakashi can do whatever they please, but Makatsui can handle itself. What? Really? I wasn't aware of any exemptions to the event. Is that true, Shuten, Ibaragi? What? The boss would never lie, but also, I don't know. You don't know? You're so smart, boss. If you made them cancel, then they'd be able to do a lot of shopping with that budget. What we want is not just a board game after all. Oh, is that what you mean? You're really amazing, boss. He is like just the most fucking useless of useless. Oh my god. Even Tuxedo Mask thinks this man is useless. The worst part is he's a pompous ass. He's like, I know everything. I am the best. Yeah, you don't even have any horns. You're a lame Oni. I'm just saying. He's gonna kill me. I'm so gonna die because of saying this shit. But you know what? Stand by it. You are lame and you suck at being a boss. You're not good at this, and Akuro should take you down a peg. I don't think you're a real Ayakashi. Where are your horns? You little bitch. What? Ah! And then I run away. In a normal society, you'd never be able to move budgeted money for Hajun's personal purchases, but I wonder if that's possible in this world. No, that's crazy. And there's a chance he just said that so he doesn't have to go to the event. These Ayakashi don't live by human principles. I also can't jump to conclusions yet. There's only one person I can depend on now. Why is this so much, quieter than it should be? Hold on a second. Here, anyway. I learned that Akuro was out, so I left Azuchi Castle and got on an Oboroguruma right away. I don't know why Oboroguruma. Anyway. Hey, where to? I'm looking for Akuro. Any idea where he may be? Oh, I just dropped him off at Madam's store. You want to go there too? Madam? Oh, Tamamo! Yes, please! Hey, where to? Tsukumogami. Oh, Akuro Route Chapter 4. Oh, we finally made it. Yeah. Anyway. Thanks so much, Aboriguruma. No worries at all. As I waved goodbye to the Oboriguruma, I faced Tamamo's huge store. I just imagine that they are like just magic carpets. I wonder if Akuro needed to buy something. Did they say that in the beginning that that's what they look like magic carpets? Or did I was just like, fuck it, they're like the magic carpet from Aladdin? I wonder if Akuro needed to buy something. I'm just glad I was able to find him quickly. Hell, I called out to Tamamo as I opened the sliding door. My eyes met hers right away. Tamamo smiled faintly and pointed her fan toward a corner of the store. What's going on? I had a feeling it was best to be quiet, so I just looked in that direction and... Yes, indeed. I believe our voices will be heard soon.
Atiba, that's great! Hey, hurry and wake up! Let's be friends, fellow tsukumogami.
A ceremonial teapot and teacup? They're beautiful, but they look expensive. The tsukumogami giggled on top of the table, and at the center was a large hand gently cradling a white teacup. The dark hand looked familiar, and as I followed the arm upward, I realized it was Akuro. Really? Because, I mean, we knew that already. Akuro? What's he doing with that teacup? He's holding it so preciously. Let's keep an eye on it. And this isn't something to rush.
Yeah, you have a good point.
Akuro and the tsukumogami smiled happily.
Because they're just nursing a little baby teacup. It's like a little baby bird. They're like, it's okay, little baby teacup. Welcome to the world.
So funny to think that it's like a little sentient teacup that's just like, just waking up. Aww. This is definitely something you can only see happening in Sakuratani. I mean, yeah, it's not every day your teacups come to life. As I was watching from the entrance, my eyes met Akuro's. Oh, Spacey, are you here to shop? Hello, Akuro. I didn't really come here to shop, but, what are you doing? And this teacup is about to turn into a tsukumogami. I've come to supervise. What? Would you like to watch as well? Oh my god, it is! It's like a little, like an egg hatching, but it's a little teacup waking up into sentience. That's so cute! Why is that adorable? Stop it. It's gonna become a tsukumogami? Yes.
Wait.
Oh, it's a different teacup. Oh, okay, a different teacup.
We couldn't wait to see it either!
I did hear during training how tsukumogami came to be, but I never thought I'd be able to witness the moment an ordinary object became a tsukumogami. I mean, it's kind of fascinating. Observe the teacup closely. Address the teacup. Probably observe, I would guess. Oh, we save. Oh. Okay, this is our first save right off the bat. How many do we have in his route? Hold on. Save file 1. I guess we only have 2? Oh, yeah, okay, we only have 2, so, okay. I think there's only ever 2, so I'm not really sure. So this is where we save. And then we address the teacup. Okay. I feel bad just standing here staring. Oh, I know. Earlier, Akuro said that it might be able to hear. I don't know if you can hear me, but Makatsui is a wonderful place to be born. It's filled with friendly Oni and other tsukumogami, but we're not in Makatsui. We're in Kikutsune. That's where Tamamo's store is, anyway. So, don't worry. Akuro's looks like... I looked up from the cup and saw Akuro staring at me strangely. Was that weird? I thought it could hear me, so I wanted to say something reassuring.
Well, it's not reacting, so we're not sure if it can actually hear.
You're right. And this teacup is very unique, a rare type. I think it's good to extend kindness to it.
If that's the case, let's cheer it on!
Huh? All of a sudden everyone wants to cheer it on? I'm sure their welcoming spirit will resonate with this cup about to become a tsukumogami. This is fucking adorable in the weirdest way. No, discussion. It's not working. Akuro surveyed the situation and muttered. He let out a sigh. What? Why? What's wrong? This teacup is rare, but also moody. I guess it doesn't want to transform today. I suppose this isn't unusual. We're dealing with Ayakashi here. Anything goes. And to be honest, despite its moodiness, it's quite rare for a tsukumogami to transform exactly on the date we expect it to. It'll be alright. And this teacup was emitting a transformation aura, but it might have just been teasing me. Pretty bold of this teacup to tease Akuro. Akuro's among the top 5 people in Sakuratani I wouldn't mess with, and yet here we are. I'm surprised a teacup would test him this way, right? All he has to do is fling that teacup at a wall! You're dead before you got a chance to be born, teacup! Jesus!
But if all things become tsukumogami, I'm sure Sakuratani would be full of them.
Oh, you have a point there. And there's no clear path to becoming a tsukumogami. Not all items that are over a century old are guaranteed to become one. Thank God, because otherwise I'd have a lot of sentient shit in my house. Which is kind of disturbing. Okay, not a lot, but I'd have several sentient things in my house, and I'm not sure I want that. You couldn't even go to an antique store. You'd be like, oh, all this shit is talking to me. Well, maybe that's when people are like, I don't know, I bought it because it just spoke to me. Oh my God, it might have. I believe items that become tsukumogami carry the sentiments of their owners and are imparted a soul, and thus changing accordingly. Oh God, then all my shit that might become a tsukumogami later in life is going to be really obnoxious. I'm sorry to the future owners. Is that right? I might have to make more of an effort to not break dishes anymore. I'll try to be more careful. The teacup, the teapot and the teacup that are sentient over there. Oh! Murderer! Oh, I knew that happened to Uncle Tom! I think that's a great idea. Who knows? Maybe you'll end up with a tsukumogami. Could you fucking imagine? It just magically starts talking to you. You're going to take a sip of your coffee cup and it just starts talking to you. What the fuck? Oh my God. Thank God none of my teacups or coffee cups are that old. Well, I do have a couple old teacups and shit. I don't drink out of them though, so it's fine. I'm sure there are things that have been handed to you from your ancestors that can make the transformation. It'll be fun to find them. Oh, you're right. I'll have to ask about that sometime. It would be wonderful if the plates I use for food become tsukumogami 100 years from now. What a wild thought! The plates my grandma cherished could possibly become tsukumogami too. Should look into my family's heirlooms. That's what it was in Beauty and the Beast. It wasn't a witch that transformed shit. That shit was just so fucking old it became sentient. Lumiere wasn't a fucking whorish butler. He was actually just a candlestick that came to life. Like, white people had to be like, we gotta find a way to explain this. Nah, no you don't.
We better hope that Hajun doesn't come to purchase this before it turns to a tsukumogami. We must be careful.
Oh, he said that he'd seek out real-world items that might become tsukumogami. Yes, and the only reason the Makatsui Oni can travel to the real world without paperwork is because they can spot these items, unlike other Ayakashi. I see. So Hajun doesn't go just to find toys or games to play with, but because this is an important job. I remembered something important. I totally forgot. I've got something I wanted to ask you about, which is why I came. I was so wrapped up with the tsukumogami that I totally forgot what I came here for. Oh? What is it? You see, I was just at Azuchi Castle. He's like, I'm sorry. You're like, yeah, me too. Hajun behaved that immaturely, did he? And here you are trying to fulfill his request. I'm very sorry about this. Oh, that part's fine, but what's on my mind now is the Ayakashi's ability to release their powers. If it's okay, instead of forcing an event, maybe they could just go to the real world. Thank you. You truly do care about the well-being of Makatsui. When Hajun told you the Ayakashi and Makatsui are able to release their own powers, he wasn't lying. Really? Yes, you seem rather happy about it. Well, if it's coming from you, Akuro, I feel like it's actually something I can trust. Really? But it wouldn't do to believe everything so readily. What? Ayakashi are known to trick and kidnap humans. I mean, you can kidnap me. What? Nothing? He's like, huh? Nothing? I said you can kidnap me. He's like, I was expecting you to deny it. No, I'm gonna straight up tell you. That's right. I need to be careful. Ayakashi in general do enjoy being tricksters, though the ones I talk to can be so kind. Hajun's requests to travel to the real world have become more frequent, and every day asks me to contact the Ayakashimori. It's bothersome. Is he venting to me right now? Okay, I'll check with Seimi about Hajun going to the real world. But could you tell me why the Makatsui Oni don't want to attend the event? Sure. In that case, would you like to join me on patrol in Makatsui? I'd love to. I patrolled Makatsui earlier and nothing seemed unusual, but did I have to be more vigilant to notice? Or is there there's some particular place I missed?
Oh, going home already?
I don't think it's transforming today. What are you going to do?
It's not like we got anything else to do. Yeah, maybe we'll raid around in case this one decides to change its mind.
Huh? So you all think you can just hang around my store, then go home without buying anything? You sure are brave.
Ah!
The tsukumogami's expressions changed as Tamamo stealthily appeared behind us with her elegant smile. I read that wrong. Tamamo, I apologize. Let me purchase something. No, it's too late for that. But I will let this slide in appreciation for your past patronage. But you little tsukumogami, you can help me clean the store. No other Ayakashi around here understand the importance of taking care of things. I'm depending on you. Tamamo's as impressive as usual. There's no way out. It wasn't just the Ayakashi in Kikutsune. None of the Ayakashi in other sectors dared to go against Tamamo. Spacey, Akuro, you guys go. Have fun. Oh, okay. Huh. Have fun? She gave me a meaningful look above her fan that was somewhat disconcerting, but Akuro didn't seem to mind at all. Let's get going then, Spacey. At least he knows what my name is! Tamamo! Anyway. No! You stop that! Bad boy! The way of the Makatsui. We returned to Makatsui and the kids were well into their board games. There are some Ayakashi here who were also enjoying the board games. I can't fucking stand the goddamn noise he keeps making. You stop it! You are being a jerk, and I do not appreciate it. We do not have that much more time, but I swear to God, you're gonna go to bed when I come downstairs. I don't care. You're being a jerk. Realizing how much influence Hajun had, I couldn't help but give a wry smile. They're playing the game of life. Just the other day, they were obsessed with the newest video game, but now they only seem to care about these board games. Seems like it. Oh, the ones they're playing now might be from the order that just came in. Hajun did use the Crow Tengu Express. I think he added more things to the list. He's always buying the same things, saying it's for preservation or ornamental purposes. It's a good thing I give them away to the kids. But the fact that he bought it without consulting me is something I'd like to ask him about. His angry smile is unsettling. The quiet ones are always scary when they're mad. Akuro may scold people, but I've never seen him show anger toward anyone, so I did find it a little unusual. It's very rare, but maybe when it comes to Hajun, he doesn't hold back. It's either that or Hajun's just so much trouble that he drives even the gentle Akuro to anger. Considering Hajun's personality, there's a big chance that it's the latter. Spacey, take a look at those two. Those two? Sure. He looked over at the kids who were getting very excited over the board game. I observed them carefully. Oh, there was some mist around the snow kids. I saw the same thing around the Zashiki Warashi. It resembled smoke in the way it rose and moved. Akuro, is that? Exactly. When they get hooked on gaming, they subconsciously release their powers. Although the amount that's released is minimal, the children tend to play all day long and don't even seem to catch Ayakashi colds. They do seem to be releasing some energy. Even human children would find themselves too busy to get sick if they played games all day. Yeah, because getting sick is because you're bored. I'm not too sure about it, but I believe the event you've been discussing is operating under a similar premise. You're right. Seimi did tell me that this event pretty much serves that purpose. So whether they attend the event or play with a new game or toy, it achieves a similar effect. If we consider Makatsui's current state, they'll probably appreciate toys more, so maybe that would be the better route. I see. So that's the reason. And the problem is that many of the Makatsui Ayakashi are very quarrelsome, especially Oni. I'm sure you've seen it before. 1 second it's all fun and games, and the next moment they're grappling each other. Sure, I've seen it before, but it's not just limited to Makatsui. But I guess it's true that this sector usually has more fights break out than the others. Given my past observations, I had to agree. If Ayakashi develop grudges, the balance of Sakuratani will crumble, as will your world. As the Shirei's assistant, I wish for nothing more than our people living peacefully, so we've... Damn it! This is stupid! So stupid! Oh. I heard a clang and turned toward the loud, angry voice. 2 huge Oni were glaring at one another. On the floor was a board game that had been flipped over. The human-shaped pawns and dice had scattered everywhere. Oh no, my little van with my family! Board game of life. Idiot! What are you doing? What am I doing? There's no way I'd ever be able to pay off a debt of 50K!
How the hell was I supposed to know that? You shouldn't have landed on that space then.
Whoa, this looks messy. Both of the Oni seem very strong, possibly even bigger than Akuro, who was tall to begin with. I'm fighting over nothing again. But I suppose this works for us. Let's watch a little while longer. Okay? Was this really going to be okay? I anxiously followed Akuro's lead. I should have a spell ready just in case I need to cast one in a hurry.
I'm gonna snap off the stupid horns of yours! Whose horns are you calling stupid? I'm gonna kick your stupid face in!
No!
Whoa!
I heard cute voices followed by a cold breeze, and before I knew it, the feet of the 2 Oni were covered in ice.
You can't fight! Akuro will get mad! Will you be happy if you can't play with games or toys anymore?
Those kids! The kids playing with the board games earlier came in to stop the fight. As I watched on in surprise, Akuro explained. In Makatsui, those who cause an uproar are punished by being barred from playing anything from the real world. In Makatsui, there's not a single soul who isn't attached to the real world's entertainment, and this always works like a charm. Amazing. Though they could easily overpower the kids, the Oni fell silent and calmly worked together to clean up the overturned board game.
Oh, Akuro!
Oh, that was the other kid, but whatever. One of them noticed Akuro and soon all the children came running.
Akuro, we just...
Yes, I know. I saw the whole thing. Here you go. Akuro brought out 2 small packets from his pocket and placed one in each of their hands.
Yay!
Candy. They were overjoyed and returned to their board game. Akuro, what was that? Competo. And those who do a good job must be rewarded. So this is what Akuro does to deal with trouble around here. He gives kids candy for cleaning up messes. That's kind of cute, though. I was very impressed. Seimi and Yakumo did tell me that Makatsui's Ayakashi were easy to deal with because toys and games could be used to negotiate, but... and then when they get in fights, other ones jump in and stop them so that Akuro gives them candy. I kind of like it here. They're big and brawny, but they're like, I like board games and candy. And kitty cat figures. They're kind of adorable. I want to pat them on their heads. Maybe another reason it's so easy is because Akuro is here. Here you go. Huh? I opened my hand reflexively and was given a candy packet of my own. I thought you'd like one too. Do you just walk around with pockets full of candy? What are you, my grandpa? But I didn't do anything to deserve it. I hoped he didn't think I was jealous of the candy they got. I thought you liked sweets. Was I mistaken? Remember you ran errands at Azuchi Castle because you wanted dango from Shuten. What? That wasn't because I wanted dango. Oh, is that so? You seem to enjoy it, so I assumed. Maybe I've embarrassed myself in front of Akuro more than I realized. Akuro was treating me more like a child than a woman, but maybe it's just because he was an Ayakashi. It's just Kompeto, but people clamor for it. The tsukumogami and the snow women come for it. It must be delicious. Have you never had a piece? Are you sure it's about the candy? Maybe they enjoy being rewarded. I never thought of it that way. I don't eat sweets, so I haven't had them myself. I assumed they must be quite delicious. Akuro might be more oblivious than I thought. Okay, I guess I'll take it this time. I'll work hard to earn the next one. I opened the small packet and popped a completo into my mouth. Just then... This is bad! The guys from Kikutsune brought something crazy! Akuro, please hurry over! They're in front of Azuchi Castle! The Ayakashi ran up to Akuro, looking incredibly upset. The happy-go-lucky atmosphere vanished. It's probably like a fucking scooter or some shit. They bought a skateboard! Ah! What does he mean? Are the Kikutsune Ayakashi attacking the castle? No. They brought something great. They brought a fucking toy that's making Hajun mad because he didn't find it first. Oh, dear God. Since Shiratsuki was the Shirei of Kikutsune, I wanted to believe that wouldn't happen, but the Ayakashi seemed to be distraught. Let's head over right away. No, I don't think we need to rush. Hey, hurry! If we don't get back soon, I'll become completely surrounded! I heard a lot of words that made me want to ask myself if I was wrong for wanting to act so quickly. Source of the commotion! We're gonna find out what that is in the next part, but I'm sure it's just a toy that frickin'... And now Hajun's mad and gonna throw a temper fit because he's a toddler. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.